Hi, I'm Nick and I'd like to welcome you to the first of a series of videos titled, When Should I Use an Organic Fertilizer Part 1? So let's get started. There are two types of fertilizers. First, there is the synthetic or chemical type, and secondly, and my favorite, organic or natural type. You hear the word organic everywhere these days, but many people still don't know what it really means. I'll try to simplify it. It is a material that once was alive, whether it be animal or vegetable. That's why we sometimes call it an all-natural fertilizer. Before chemical factories were around, the farmer knew he could use compost to fertilize his fields. Now, I'll be the first to admit that there are uses for chemical fertilizers. But what we're going to discuss in these videos is how to use organic fertilizer and the advantages of it, and even how to make some. Now, you're going to find that most of the organic fertilizers is usually in the form of compost. Compost is a result of once live material decomposing. For example, leaves and grass clippings would become compost. One thing to remember is that almost anything will compost, but not all compost is equal. Certain materials will make better compost than other materials. Compost can be a soil conditioner base. Some compost leans to be more of a soil conditioner than a fertilizer, but it's still very good for your lawn, vegetables, or flower beds. This would be ones that were made mostly from leaves, grass clippings, or even sawdust. However, sawdust can be tricky depending on its age and origin, and we will go into that deeper, but for right now I would just avoid using sawdust. Other materials made from recyclable products, like paper and wood products, those too can be good or sometimes not so good. For instance, some companies produce compost from outdated book pages, like a phone book that is no longer current. This type of compost can have advantages, but again, you must study its origin to make sure that it's not contaminated. Compost can be a fertilizer base as well as a soil conditioner. Compost made from other materials, such as manure, can be considered a good form of fertilizer as well as a soil conditioner. Since our subject is about fertilizer, this is what we will focus on in this series of videos. So that concludes our first video of When Should I Use an Organic Fertilizer Part 1. Now, this is important. If you want to know more about this subject, I'm going to make more videos and a detailed report on it. All this will be free, so you have no excuse not to know everything there is about organic compost and organic fertilizer. All you have to do is go to my website and request the information. Go to www.growbetternaturally.com. Thank you.